Hey, what up? What up? Hey, y'all. My bad, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Started a little bit late today. Um, you know what I'm saying? But I get back with you. So my bad, you know what I'm saying? One thing, my um, eyes wasn't working. My contacts, you know what I'm saying? So I had to switch back and forth with my glasses and my contacts real quick, you know. So didn't like the glasses with a little bit of glare in it. So I kept trying to put the contacts in and it wasn't working for me. So you know what I'm saying? I just went ahead and just put these bad boys on, you know what I'm saying? Let it ride out, you know, put my little intelligent look on you. You know what I mean? Give you my little intelligent look, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, second son made a call, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Family matters, calls, everything else go on hold. You know what I mean? Y'all parents out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what it's like. Um, yeah. So Um, you know what I'm saying? Just gonna get with it. You know what I mean? Get to it. You know what I'm saying? First things first. First things first. Let's get the big elephant out the room first. let's get let's get the elephant out the room real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and push that elephant out the room. Get him out the rules. He ain't up in here causing confusion, have people thinking about things. You know what I'm saying? Want to say some things and shouldn't say some things. You know what I'm saying? But you know, hey, you know what I mean? I give a shout out to the Laker fans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they probably out there. I was telling them the other day, you know what I'm saying? It's shit. What? It's Lakers in 8. You know, what I'm saying? Lakers in 8 now. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? One love, man. But yeah, man, the T Wolves, man, been doing their thing, man. Um, and man, I'm really like I said, there are some guys that I'm really proud of: DiVincenzo, McDaniel's, um, Nas Reed, what's his name? Alexander. He got like 7 names. You know what I'm saying? When I first seen the name, I was like, man, this brother. Yeah, he's brother. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to that squad right there. I told y'all I just love DiVincenzo. You know what I'm saying? I love his swag. He reminds me of you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Tim Babrakis from Michigan State. He reminds me of that dude, you know what I'm saying? Just straight, you know what I mean? Got them ties, you know, got them your ties to him. You just know, right? You know what I'm saying? And just, you know what I'm saying, was one of the brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? So I love DiVincenzo, man. I can deal with him. He cool like that. So but yeah, man, them guys, man, is balling right now with the team. They fill in exactly where they need to be. They go to their stars when they need to, and then they just run. Man, they play some dog defense. They play some dog defense. They everywhere. Like I said, DiVincenzo be killing me, man. He just, you know, he get a steal, pop out to the three, man, just pull up on you. You know what I'm saying? 2 seconds off the shot clock. So, you know what I mean? And then, um, yeah, like I said, man, Randall. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Randall has found his niche, and now he can kind of just be himself and do what he does, and add that what he was brought over to the team, that toughness at that position. Um, and I think he blending in actually really has started to compliment Anthony. No, I'm not going to say he compliments Anthony, and I'm gonna say they both complement each other, and I think that has come out at a perfect time. I think a lot of times you want those things to happen. Shoot, within like two years of having your second year, most likely of having 2 stars on your team, but he's readily taken to the fact of okay, and I'm gonna push you. You know what I'm saying? So you know this is your team. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And then I can do what I got to do when I got to do it. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna help. Um, the franchise and the fans push you to be the man in the face of this team like you are being. And Ant's doing it. Ant's taking that to another level quickly from what, like I said, comparing him to how he was last playoffs, really passable. Um, I feel like now he's just dominant. To go from passive to dominant in such a short time in professional sports is amazing to see that in him and to be the age that he is, still basically in the beginning of your prime. and just really starting to get that hunger, that taste of that blood, you know what I'm saying, last year, like sharks do, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Man, Carl Anthony, I gotta give a Carl a cat shout out, man. Cat, man. Cat did his thing, man, yesterday, man. I don't know if y'all saw, but it was I was watching the game and I knew it. I knew it. I was like, watch. I said, Cat finna hit this shot right here. Boom. He came down, did a little whoop de whoop, pulled the thing up, and I was like, boom, watch. I said, the dude finna hit this three real quick. But that's what he do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like so I seen a comment before. People were talking about how recalling when they were grading that trade, and when they were grading that trade, they really kind of said, it was a loss for Minnesota with Cat. There was some losses with the Knicks, but in the overall, more. Yeah, more cons than there was, what I'm saying, pros of the deal, and especially on the Minnesota side. So, in a sense, it's kind of come back to where actually it worked out for both teams, man. You hardly ever see that because you always see underhandedness when people making deals. Luka Doncic trade, Luka Doncic. But anyways, so people, always come out. One person always comes out better off in the deal than the other one. But in this particular case, I see both teams as benefiting from this trade like equally. They're both in the playoffs, making big runs, having an opportunity to advance the next game. That's big for both franchises, especially one like the New York Knicks, where that's the pinnacle is where they've been at. So anything less than that, you're in trouble if you can't provide anything less than that. And then with Minnesota, we're hungry. We've been there a couple of times, and a couple of times is not enough. As we know in sports, it's not enough. So, I think this is a trade that benefited both people. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Well, we can get into it real quick here. You know what I'm saying? It's an afternoon show. You know what I'm saying? Most likely talking about some sports related stuff, but that's what I do, So, you know what I'm saying? Today's topic is going to be about youth sports, actually, youth basketball in particular. And the title is today's show is The State of Youth Basketball and AAU. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about where I feel personally the youth basketball is at, and then the direction that it's going, and talk a little bit about AAU basketball. I think this is a good topic. It's a huge topic to talk about, especially nowadays when spring basketball is upon us, right? You know what I'm saying? We're pretty much into the trials and trenches of it, right? You know what I'm saying? Everything starts right now. A lot of traveling starts to happen right now. When you get a lot of big tournaments, a lot of people are in sports. If they haven't been in sports now, or if they've even tried another sport and given it up, you got them. You got to a point right now where a lot of people are fully committed to teams, and you know what I'm saying. You got some teams that are out here. I think one of the things for me is where is the state of youth basketball overall, not just AAU. And me personally, when thinking about this today, I just kind of wanted to say that I feel like youth basketball is in good hands right now. I can be biased about that personally because you know what I'm saying, I'm from Minnesota. Like I've been trying to tell y'all, I've been pumping up my city. You know what I'm saying, pumping up my state. I think Minnesota's a mecca right now. I've been talking about this for the last almost 6 years, 7 years, and then after like I said, the whole George Floyd thing, I think put a microscope on our state, where we have the access to be very defining of the things that we do and be able to create some things that can actually go public and viral or whatever you want to call it, because of the eyes that are on our state right now, in particular the city of Minneapolis. But youth basketball is in good hands, man. I'm seeing a lot of people that I grew up with, people from, you know what I'm saying, a good era of basketball that are sitting at the head and sitting at the thrones right now of programs all over the state. I'm seeing a lot of new programs coming up. I'm seeing a lot of training programs, and also I'm seeing a lot of facilities. They're actually building up a lot of facilities. Apple Valley has a new facility that's being built in Eastview. So basically, all the high schools are going to have facilities, and that's crazy. I mean, Apple Valley and Eastview share the city, and they're both getting um, new facilities. So to show the growth of sports, especially indoor sports that's going on right now, in particular basketball. I think that we have a lot of good quality men that are running these programs, and then we have a lot of good quality men that are running these training programs, and women too, because I've been seeing that happen too, where a lot of women in the state are running programs and head coaches and things like that that are doing very very well with the kids, and the programs are growing while that person is getting tenure or being there. So I feel like it's in good hands. Personally, like I said, that's me. I'm not trying to be um biased or anything. I'm lying. I am trying to be biased. I mean, it's just where I grew up, man. Like I've been telling people all the time. Like I tell people, what I'm saying? I said it in my shows before, man. I just know good dudes. I just know good people. Like, so when I hear about things about how people are and stuff like that. When I looked at the majority of the people I came across and my friends in particular, acquaintances, like even close acquaintances, they're good people. You know what I'm saying? So I know that if they're in charge of programs, then I know the kids that are there are in good hands, with these particular individuals and men and women that can take over programs and lead them in the right direction, right? Um, there's a lot of teams. There's a lot of teams. AAU, even um, during the season, during the winter season, there's a lot of teams. You know what I'm saying? So you can get your satisfaction on with finding a place for your kid to play basketball. So I mean, you got good programs. I mean, I know a lot of good programs in the city. I know programs out in the suburbs, um, um, all over in the metro that are just good quality programs, man. Just got they've been playing basketball at a high level for a long time, and the kids that they produce are good kids. Um, so I think one of the biggest things about finding teams is, for me in particular, is proximity, right? If I'm gonna find a team for my kid to play on, especially in the younger ages, I'm one of the biggest things for me is say proximity. Like where is this team located at? How far I got to drive for practices? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, can we get some carpooling going on? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what happens if you could find a team to play on that's close to you, semi close to you, whatever. You find another person in the area that you living in that goes there too, man. It could be some carpooling going on, man. You know what I mean? Like, shoot, what you talking about? Hey, man, you take them on Monday and Tuesday this week. I'll take them on Monday, Tuesday next week. You know what I mean? Hey, we gonna make this work. But and I think that's a huge decision maker for a lot of parents. You know what I'm saying? On the low. You know what I'm saying? That I think that's something things that factor into a lot of people, especially with um, when you have some of these grown parents that have kids that are, you get into the young adult programs where you got guys that are driving now. You get that luxury of them being able to just take themselves wherever they got to go, but you still gotta, go to the games and things like that. So tournaments and stuff like that. So wherever they will be, and as you get older, you go to more programs that are going out of town and out of state and stuff. So, but yeah, there's so many. That's what I was gonna say. Also, there's a lot of kids, right? There's a lot of kids. There's enough to go around for programs, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of kids, man. And kids are very curious about sports. You know what I'm saying? They want to know, they want to learn. The younger levels, um, it's a difficult situation. I mean, during the winter seasons, I think you could be more fundamental and teaching the basics of basketball, and a lot of times, depending on the level that you're playing, you can kind of make it about more fun than actually trying to win. But once you get into the AAU season, it's what I'm saying, that's a different story. But still in all, it's a lot of teams, a lot of different levels. Um, I've been at places where they have, every age group, they got about four different teams. So a lot of that happens out here south of the river. You know what I'm saying? We got programs out here. Eastview is like that. Apple Valley's trying to get back like that. Farmington has it like that. Lakeville has it like that. And it's a convenience. You know what I'm saying? You make your pipeline. You can filter up your high school with a lot of quality kids when you can have multiple teams like that at the level, you know what I'm saying, when your programs are running through the high school. So within the city, it's a little bit different. Got kids everywhere during the AAU season, and coming back during the winter season, they're all going to different places, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, proximity for me. So a lot of times you got to figure out what the purpose of the place that you're going to, what's their whole ideal. You got to ask questions, man. You got to figure out what the heck is going on within that program. What are they doing? And what's the purpose for your kids? So, I speak about this all the time. I jumped on the board for the association because I just kind of wanted to be a part of what the decisions were going to be made for. You know what I'm saying? Not just my kid, but his friends and my friends' kids. I needed to be in that room so I could hear, you know what I'm saying, be in that war room so I can hear the decisions that were being made. What changes you guys were going to be doing. What were you looking to? What were you looking to do? What were you looking to add? What were you looking to take away? And then the biggest thing one of the reasons why I wanted to get on the board was because I wanted to hear where you were going to allocate our money. You know what I'm saying? All this money that we putting into this program, where are you going to allocate it? Where is it going? Can we get some new jerseys? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Brian used to be on Brian. I used to be on Brian all the time. Can we get some new jerseys? You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Slisley, can we get some new jerseys, man? What's going on, right? But that's just how the behind the scenes aspect of it is, and that's why you kind of got to get involved, especially at the younger ages. The high school age, you can kind of start, almost like that Homer Simpson, where he kind of fades back into the bushes. You can kind of start being like that, where you kind of just fade to the back and just observe. But at the younger ages, you got to be involved, man. You got to be involved, man. Even try to be through the high school level, but mainly at the younger levels, you got to be involved somewhere. Volunteering your time. That's one of the things that we used to try to push last season a lot, was trying to make sure our parents understood how much they have to invest too. And as a parent, you got to, you know what I'm saying? Because, you can't just go and just drop your kid off, right? You know what I'm saying? You want to see what's going on, kind of also be a part of it. And then also with that, it brings networking. Like you meet new people, you know what I'm saying? You have conversations. You kind of get to a point where, like this weekend, you know what I'm saying? Like you get to the point like this weekend where it's like, you know what I mean? Like you walk up in the gym and there's everybody in there. You know what I'm saying? All the homies. You know what I'm saying? The guys was in there this weekend, man. Like, but that's what sports does. That's what basketball too does. You know what I'm saying? Like it brings out people. People want to come out and see what's going on, see some entertainment, and you get that conglomerate of associates that you've known for a while, and people that you've been a part of, and people that you've seen grow in different programs. And you get to see these kids play, man. You get to play some basketball, man. A lot of times you get to see play some good basketball, and a lot of good basketball has been going on in Minnesota. So you know what I'm saying, big up. You know what I'm saying, I'm proud. You know what I'm saying, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And when we congregate like this, you know what I'm saying, we can share ideas. We got to get better at sharing the ideas that we have and working with each other. It's okay for us to go out here and do all this stuff and do our thing and create our own things, but we have to, be able to share ideals and stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's enough out here for everybody. You know what I'm saying? If that's the thing that they didn't teach us, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the one thing that they didn't teach us, and that's why it's so easy for them to give us, you know what I'm saying, like just to give us money. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's okay for the plantation owners to be like, yo, here goes $65 million a year. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they don't care. They know we don't understand that, you know what I'm saying? It's bigger than that money. It's big. It's making sure that we solidify it for each other and spread knowledge within each other. You know what I'm saying? And share and make sure all of each other's is good. You know what I mean? And once we figure that out, we make a whole village. And once we make a village, man, they can't do nothing but try to burn it down, player. But yeah, um, I think that is one of the biggest things transitioning over into AAU. I think AAU is huge when it comes to networking. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're sharing ideals. I think that because we've had a lot of teams in the AAU now. Like this year when I was there, man, at the gym, man, I was only in Hopkins. Actually, I was working over at Apple Valley on Saturday, but I was up watching my son play in Hopkins, and it was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm checking the schedule, man. It was like, oh, shoot, a whole bunch of teams, man, on there, man. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? So, and man, you got some classics, you know what I'm saying, in there. So, Sizzle wasn't in there. They had a couple teams in there, younger teams in there, but they bigger teams probably out of town. You know what I'm saying? That's what they on that top notch level now. You know what I'm saying? Sizzle, the Sizzle brand. Sam B always doing it big, but that's just what he do though. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? They've been doing it big. You know Howard Pulley always. You know where Howard Pulley always out of town. I don't know where they at right now. Is the Peach Jam yet? I don't think that's till June. I don't know. I don't know where they are. They probably in Florida somewhere, Texas, somewhere, right? That's what they do. They've been on the elite level for a while, long time. Since he's one of the pioneers of travel basketball in Minnesota. You got I'll see all Iowa Tech used to come mess with us a little bit. The Wisconsin teams used to come mess with us a little bit. You got Minnesota D1 Minnesota. You got Minnesota Select, Fury, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing. Minnesota Heat been around for a while. New on the scene, Phenom. Let's see, Chill, Splash, Swish. Like I said, man, I mean it's a lot of teams that have popped up within the last 5-6 years. Magic. Oh, Magic was like one of the top ones when Howard Pulley around. I think it was Howard Pulley, Streets, and Magic, right? It's funny because Magic died, right? Magic died, but my guy though gave it CPR. You know what I'm saying? He gave it CPR. You know what I'm saying? Cornell B. You know what I'm saying? Cornell B. Gave that motherfucking breath, man. He blew breath back into the Magic program, and actually has been really successful bringing it back to life. You know what I'm saying? Because it was to have that happen, to have a program be on the level of Howard Pulley, and then literally almost almost disintegrate, and then to actually bring it back to the level that it is now, which is similar almost to the level that it was before competing with Howard Pulley. I think that's very big. I think that was a great job of Cornell to be doing that, man, and more power to you, brother. But yeah, also, and he runs a training facility too. So, you know what I'm saying, which is a good mix, smart business, right? And that's the thing about AAU you got to understand also is that it is a business. You have to understand that it is a business, and I get it. And that goes into like some of the conversations that I'll be having when I'm talking to when I was on the board and stuff about things with kids and stuff and what we're teaching and whatever. Because during the off seasons, you know what I'm saying, everything is about winning, striving, better, pushing, stronger, right? Everything is about that. And AAU is basically about that. It's about winning, like straight up. That's what they're trying to do. You know, that's what they're trying to do with their programs is trying to win. But at the same time, I think that a lot of these guys that are running programs are actually running training facilities, right? So the ones that are running training facilities have an obligation to actually improve and make children get better. But they when they put the teams together, or they put their little elite team together, you know what I'm saying? Like they trying to win games. I say, hey, I've been saying the way I say it. Some people don't say it the way they say it because they be trying to be politically correct. Not me. I'm not politically correct. I'm sorry. One of the reasons why I'm not politically correct because I'm not a politician yet. You know what I'm saying? I told you one day I'm gonna run for mayor of Apple Valley, but right now I'm just a regular dude doing regular things. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm gonna pop it off the way I want to, right? So you have to understand the whole business concept of that. In order for them to be the business, they got to win, right? Because people aren't going to buy into their program if they aren't winning. Now, yes, if you have a facility and you're running a training program, also, then you have the kind of the best of both worlds, and you can do that. But also the ones that are just having sports teams and things of that nature, and specifically just teams, they have to win because people aren't going to send their kids to these programs if the program is not winning. I mean, that's just that's just what it is. Parents, I'm gonna say it the way it should be said to you too, and I'm gonna say it the way you should be saying it also. So, you know what I mean. But we have that luxury now with having so many teams now that now you can find a way to build and get teams and find some quality kids and put them together and make some good teams, right? And hopefully keep them together, right? Keep them within the program. Now, the biggest part of the business for me is the fees. Okay. And I'm not talking about the fees for the program, even though them be getting a little bit on out there too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be kind of up in the air on them too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just throwing it out there. We might need to think about that. But that's not a big deal for me, honestly, because I feel like that comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you're taking these kids to out of town, when you're in these big high profile tournaments, I can understand it. So that's one of the things that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like personally, like I said, I'm going to say things that people ain't going to say out in the open. I'm going to say them. I feel like personally, sometimes y'all cost is too fucking far out there. Excuse my language on my daytime show. I apologize. But like Richard Pryor, sometimes the best word is a curse word. But anyways, so besides that, like I said, and I understand that. So, you know what I'm saying? I gotta pay my dues how I gotta pay my dues too. So, and I'm with it because I understand that part. What I don't understand is these damn tournament costs. They trying to charge $25 a day, man. My son playing for about 40 minutes, man. My son playing for 40 minutes, man. I'm playing $25, man. That's more than a minimum wage, man. That's 20. Hey, man, that's a good job. $25 an hour. That's a good job. Getting paid $25 an hour is, man. Hey, man, you cool. You cool living. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially these young dudes. Like, if these young dudes had a $25 an hour job, they'd be straight. They wouldn't even be messing with the parents right now, right? But man, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Y'all kill $25, $60 for the weekend. Like, dang. Do I like that little dude that much? You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm just joking, man. I'm joking with you, man. But it's a business and I understand it. But man, we can at least do something about that, man. We all gotta go in. Coaches, trainers, parents, everybody, man. We gotta go at them, man. These facilities try to tap off. But then the second part of that is the concessions. My people, my boy Elijah and his wife, they got the shit. They running the thing over there with the cheerleaders at the Apple Valley. So they was holding down the concessions over at the um Apple Valley High School for the site that we were hosting for the games there. And I was over there trying to help them out, and they were just like, man, it was a lot, man. It was a lot to do it, man, all by themselves and stuff. So big ups to them on that. But it also just showed me how it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as the business part of it, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of aspects and that's the thing too. You got to realize too, people, that it takes a lot, and everybody knows this. Anybody that works at big companies that work together on big projects, right? It takes a lot of people and a lot of different pieces of the puzzle to run a program, right? Or excuse me, a tournament. It does, and I understand that too. So you know what I'm saying. I get it with why we charging this because of how much we putting in to put this together. But at the same time too, if you're gonna be charging that much and supposed to be putting something good together, it better be good. You know what I'm saying? It better be shit. Next time, y'all better get some damn high halftime shows, performers or something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I want to be entertained. I want you to entertain me. $25. $25. That's a Timberwolves ticket, man. That's a Timberwolves ticket. $25. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I better have. Hey, man, y'all better get little Timmy and the flipperettes. You know what I'm saying? To perform or something, man, or the lady that be doing the cups to be on a unicycle. She be flipping the cups. Y'all better get her something. You know what I'm saying? I need to be entertained, man. $25 an hour, man. Y'all tripping, man. Oh man, but I love it though. What You got to always consider too for yourselves what program is the best for you and your needs for your child. I mean, what are you looking for your child to if your child is a pretty good player and you're looking for them to get the opportunity to play with some guys that are good on a platform that get them a little exposure and get them a little name. You're just looking for your child to get out there and just play some basketball and have some fun. Are you looking for your child to build some skill? Are you looking for something to just to pass the time so he's not in the house playing video games? And I mean, these are the type of things you got to think about when you want to get your son involved or your daughter involved in a program. When it comes, especially when it comes to AAU, you know what I'm saying? Because what we just talked about is a business, so you're gonna be paying a little bit of money during the season. So that's a huge thing you have to consider when it comes to where you're going to place your kid at for AAU basketball, right? What program do you feel like is going to give back something to make your kid feel special? And I think that that's something that parents should not be ashamed to think or ask about because and I say this to myself a lot when I think about the way I talk to my kid or want for the things I want for my kid and speak for my kid, you would too, right? And that's what I think, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't think it's so prideful to say some things that we need to say, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to our children, because you would too, right? You would stick up for your kid the same way. If you had the opportunity, you would do the same thing for your kid, right? So I need to know what are you going to do for my kid? Like this whole bring it to the table. What do you bring? Right? These kind of questions. If you ask him the correct way, they're actually reasonable questions to ask. And to ask a coach, okay, what are you going to do for my child? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you just using my child for the 10th person on your team so you can get your 10th amount of money to help your program? Or are you actually looking at my child as somebody that can benefit you guys? Are you looking at my child as somebody you see that you can turn into something good? Are you looking at my child as somebody that just needs a little bit of help here and you can give them that little bit of help? Or are you just looking at my child like somebody, hey, I just need a body? You know what I'm saying? Talk to me. And when you ask those kind of questions, this is what gets me, parents, is that we don't ask those kind of questions and then we kind of get upset because we're not getting those kind of answers. Right. But those are the questions that you need to ask, especially in this type of business, because it's really the more business like it gets, the more political it gets. And so for you to think about it in a political manner, think about it like anything that does with real politics, right? We the people, and I tell people this all the time. The same thing as we function as parents in these kids' lives before they go off into college. That's why I'm talking about youth sports more, because this is the last time that we can retain them. This is the last time that we can teach them to have love for the game, right? It starts to be a business in AAU already. It's already starting to be a business, right? This is the last time before they're 18 and go off into college that us parents have any say so about any type of wrong choices that our kids are making. Right after that, it's really on them. They don't have to go through us. We can be there, and hopefully, your relationship and your bond with your child is strong enough to where after they turn 18, they still click with you. You know what I'm saying, on that level, and still confide in you. But before that, man, these businesses is getting in our kids' heads, and they gonna get in it the way that they want to get with it. And I'm not. I gotta put a disclosure all the time. I feel like in life we have to put a disclosure all the time. I'm not talking bad about anybody. You know what I'm saying, or any program, whatever like this. I'm just speaking in terms of reality. Some of the thoughts that go through our minds, because I know some people have had these thoughts. I'm just saying them out loud, right? So you got to make sure you're really do your research. You know what I'm saying? Know what you want to do, and then know what's going to be best for your child. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want people to be in situations where they make a choice and then halfway through the season they get upset and they want to leave, or they just feel like they stay in it and the whole season was just unbeneficial to them. You know what I'm saying? Do your research, check and ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Man, if you know me, man, my name is T Dub, man, under Styles, man. You know what I'm saying? Tylen Ward, the God. Hey, you can call me. You can message me. You can hit me up. Anybody. You know what I'm saying? If you have any questions about anything, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Plus, like I said, I got my program, Athletes in Crisis. It's going to be coming out soon, especially because of the fact I told you with all this new age stuff that's coming up is we're gonna need programs for weary kids and just kids that are just in disarray or dismay of what's going on in the world today, and why not them, or just needing a finger to point in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, with AAU programs out there, man, hit me up if you need to, man. Let me know who you checking with. I can let you know who they is. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of them. I know most of them. You know what I'm saying? I know the people that's in them and running them. You know what I'm saying? Or I know about them if I don't know directly, real, because I'm a real OG. But anyways, yeah. Opportunity for your kid. I was just speaking about that. So as we start nearing to a close, I just want to say, AAU basketball. I love it. Please, nobody disclaimer. And my disclaimer: nobody think I'm personally attacking anybody. You know what I'm saying when I talk about things that we just think about, right? So I'm not personally attacking nobody. I'm just speaking it out. But the one thing I do want to say also, and I play the Angels advocate, right? So while I talk about AAU programs being a business and how they are, parents, I got to be the same way with you guys too. AAU is about winning. Sorry to tell you that. But AAU basketball is about winning. It just is. I went online on my shows and I've talked about my situations with the association before, and how in youth, the younger sports, and especially during the winter season, they emphasize playing for fun, and that winning is not important. I think playing for fun is different than winning is not important. I think if we're emphasizing to these kids that it's for fun is a fine thing. That's great. Let's do it. I'm all for it. I'll figure out the best way that I can do it the best way I can. But I still have to let my kids know that winning is important. People lose jobs. People don't get brought back because of winning, which is ironic. But that was like I said, man. That's a story that's going to be in my movie. In particular about that situation with the association. It was a bad time. Um, bad dude that was running the basketball program, Tom Cardella. I mean, I'm not gonna say any names or something like that, but you know what I'm saying. Just when you have like evil people in charge of things, man, evil things happen, and it's funny how the Most High um, comes around, and his daughter Karma, um, she always shows up when he needs help with that type of situation to redeem, put things right. And thank God they were, because that dude, I'm not gonna say any names, but Tom Cordella. But yeah, just a bad time. But anyways, winning is not everything. It is not, but it is very important to understand and to feel winning, because once you feel it, you want it again. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. Like I just said, it's a good feeling. Of course, I'm not saying it's anything that's over everything. I'm saying that it's something that's very important, and kids love it when they get it. So why would we deny them that? And then the biggest thing possible that we need to do is make them realize, especially when they go into the AAU season, every team is trying to win. And that's what it's like. And parents, you have to understand that. And you have to find a way to buy into what these teams are saying. You have to find a way to convey the same message while you're at home with your children and they're questioning what's going on, why they can't get in the game at all. During AAU, during winter is different. That's a different conversation, right? We were talking about that. That's a different total conversation. But during AAU, now you got to realize that son or daughter, that sometimes you may not play because them coaches are going to put whoever they can in there that can win. Unless you're going out there and doing everything you can to help to win, you might be sitting on the bench. You know what I'm saying? But that's the AAU time is where you got to have those conversations. You know what I'm saying? Once again, man, I be saying everything I talk about comes right back around, right? Conversations, right? Huge, right? And that is affecting everything you do in life, the style and the type of conversations that you have, right? So, big up to one more time, big up to the programs, the AAU programs, the big up to the winter programs, big up to the high schools, big up to everybody in the state of Minnesota that's doing basketball, that's doing sports, and the people that are working with kids in sports. I love y'all, man. I love what you're doing. The children, Whitney said it the best, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you can say what you want to say about the lady, but she said it the best, man. I believe the children are our future, man. If we teach them well, man, let them lead the way, right? So, man, that's why I do what I can. That's why I got my hands in the way I got my hands in as much as I can, man, because these kids need a village to raise them to be the best that they can be, man. We gotta be gods again, man. Um, real quick, what I wanted to say one more thing is everything that we talked about starts at the youth level. It all starts at the youth level. That's where we got to get them at. We got to get them at the youth level. We got to keep them learning. We got to keep them loving. The brain is the most development stage between 0 and 5, right? It's because it grows the most. Like it expands the most to be able to, you know what I'm saying, to be able to bring in as much as it can, right? When it's that little. That's why they do so much and learn so much between 0 and 5, right? 5 to 18, that's when they, you know what I'm saying, trying to get in their own thing, but the mass of their brain doesn't grow that much, you know what I'm saying, anymore. So it's a lot of energy getting pushed into the same condensed space, right? That's why they become little bums, little bad boys, you know what I'm saying? Little hard heads and stuff like that, because they getting cocky, thinking that they know everything, right? And the youth level is the last, like I was saying before, the last level, the high school age that we have to keep them in love with the game and to playing for love. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important. That's why I push it so much. The things that I talk about is the things that we need help in the most, and that's grabbing these kids' attention at this young age before they go off into this world of business and go in with these sharks, because these sharks don't care. They smell blood and they eat. That's it, right? So now we got to teach our kids how to be sharks. We got to teach our kids how to go out here. We got to teach our kids how to be gods. We got to teach the men to be kings, teach the women to be queens. And if we can do that on the basketball court, why not? You know what I'm saying? Have a little fun hooping, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. We might make some, you know what I'm saying? Might make some pro athletes. You never know. You know what I'm saying? If we try our best. But I feel like Minnesota's in good hands. I'm going to close out on that again. Minnesota right now. Man, riding high right now on the Timberwolves. You know what I'm saying? And just the love for Minnesota sports right now. We are the Mecca. Be proud of it, and let's ride this thing till the wheels fall off. Don't shun anybody in Minnesota right now, y'all. Listen to each other. Open up and let's listen to each other. This is going to be beautiful. It's very lucrative out here. There's a lot of money in this world, and I think it's time that we get some. Now, all my people in Minnesota, it's time for us to get some. You can make more money outside of your backyard. I guarantee you. So please, love and basketball. You know what I'm saying? I'll let your boy. Oh, tonight, my bad. I'm sorry. One more one thing. Tonight, we're gonna talk about a little bit of college and NFL with the whole Shadur Sanders situation. We'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? We'll get more into it a little bit tonight. We'll get into it grown style too. So yeah, thank y'all for joining me, man. I hope you guys had a good weekend, man. I did too, man. I saw a couple of my guys, man. Rel and Jazzy, man. It's beautiful, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can see I'm ear to ear, man, because gods, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, dudes are just spit game, you know what I'm saying? Like, mouthpiece on these men, dog, you know what I'm saying? Taught me a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I know they taught a lot of young men, you know what I'm saying, how to get out here and get that, man. I'm telling you, they could talk a well by water, man. They could talk a well by water. I swear to God, man. Hey, man. But you know what I'm saying? It's one love, man. Hey, I'll see y'all a little bit later tonight, 10 p.m. show. I won't be late tonight. I don't care. Y'all priority now. I had to take care of what I had to take care of family first, but tonight, y'all the priority. I'll be back on at 10 o'clock. So y'all, talk y'all, love y'all. Holla.